I am here, but I think it's too windy to chat. Stephen says, good morning, Lisa. Looks like a fresh morning, a bit windy. Yeah, I think it's probably too windy today to chat. I mean, obviously, it's okay saying hello, but I don't think you'll hear me how we sometimes chat. Can you hear me okay or not? I'm right at the end of Upton dike, so of course the wind's coming straight over the marshes. It's 360 degrees all round. See, that's Upton dike. That's Clipsby Mill down there, and that goes to Acle. If you went that way, you come out of Thurn. Can you hear me over the wind or not? See, I don't think you can hear me over the wind. So it's probably best just to watch the boats going past. Patiently waiting for the next boat to arrive. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen says, yes, I can hear you, but got to go to work soon. That's absolutely fine. Thank you for dropping by and saying hello. I'm glad you can hear me. It's extremely windy. Oh, look at the aeroplane. I don't know if you can see that, because I can't see it through the screen. So it could be anywhere. I'm just aimlessly pointing in the hope that you can see it. Got to twist back round in my chair. Oh, look. I look away for a second and we've got a flotilla of boats coming up the river and this way. As more people join the live, more boats appear. That's better, isn't it, when there's something to look at? That was a little flurry of activity, wasn't it? hopefully we won't have to wait too long for the next boats to come past. I'll show you the dike while we're waiting. Actually, if I stand up, you'll see it better. If I pan around 360, you'll understand why it's so windy. Straight across the marshes. Everywhere you look. See? So that's why in the title I said we'd just sit and watch rather than chat. Yeah, it's very windy. I'm surrounded by marshes. 360 degrees. So it's going to be windy here. It's windy everywhere on the Broads at the minute. There's just no escaping it. I got the big ones out at the minute. It's very hot again today. My phone overheated in yesterday's heat, which is why the screen went black and I couldn't see anything. So let's hope we don't have a repeat of that today. Although it's too windy here for it to overheat. But yesterday was just exceptional temperatures. We've got another one coming. Thank you to those of you who have joined me. I couldn't sleep last night, was still awake at 3 o'clock this morning. So I was watching all the lives from around the world. I did my usual Philippines and Venice. I went to Russia. A train in some snow, I can't think where that was. And what else did I watch? Oh, I watched the live stream from the International Space Station. So that's what you do when you can't sleep. Oh look, Mum and Duckling. I thought it was only Mum. I didn't realise she had her duckling with her. Oh. Going to see if the fisherman's got any maggots, I imagine. Duckling has no fear and Mum is cautious. Oh, he threw him something. They got a piece each, whatever it was. Wasn't that sweet? I just went, before I came filming, I went for a quick coffee at Acle Bridge. And I fed the sparrows some little pieces of bread. I could have stayed there doing that all day. Here comes another cruiser. Stephen says, sorry, got to go to work now. I will watch the rest of this later. Have a pleasant day. At least some boats came by. Hope to catch your next live video. Thank you so much for joining, Stephen. Have a good day at work. There's also as well as you'll be able to watch this later when you get back, there's also today's video going out at 6 o'clock. And that's from Horning. Mum is still there, but I don't know where the duckling's gone. Hello to those of you just joining. I think this cruise is about to leave. And there's another one approaching. reeds are in the way, aren't they? I'm not sure if I stand up you'll even see it. Let's have a look. Oh yes you can, my goodness, that is huge. It looks very nice. And then we've got this one going to go out too, just behind the sign now. Look at that. Octopusy. Incredibly beautiful. Stephen says thank you, I can watch them both when I have dinner. Bye for now. Bye. Oh, there's a dog on that one, look. I don't know why it is, but what I find with the boats is it's either, no matter where I am, it's all or nothing. They seem to come in groups. Oh, we can see the duckling again now, look. She's very patient with her duckling, letting it investigate and do what it wants to do. It's got a fish. So you don't have to wait too long for the next one to appear. We've got another one coming. Hello. She waved to you all. Good morning, Dennis. Oh, you've just gone past. See, Belle says that's me waving. I did wave. Did you see me wave? Just never know where I'll turn up. Oh, I'm glad you saw me wave.
No. But you see, Jess, their dog, no,
I'll be this way.
she's a rescue dog. She's 13. She's 13 or 14, I think. And at 6 in the morning, she's 7. She's ready for a wee.
Mum and Duckling are in the water now. I'll just go up the slope. We might be able to see up the river. Just see the tops of sails straight ahead. That'd be fern. A lovely bird in the sky, but I don't know if you can see it. Going extremely fast. Too far away for me to tell if it's a marsh harrier or a buzzard. And my bird book is in the car that David and Vicky gave me. It's a lovely location here at Upton. The boatyard, Eastward Welton, is right up the top. Back that direction. Yes, says hi. Dennis says, big waves trying to rip us on the bank. They're frightened Janice. Well, if you get the wind, that's how it is. And it's always windy here on the Broads. Until an evening. Generally it's calmer of an evening. or first thing in the morning. I can hear another cruiser approaching. Oh, just got to walk down a slope. Oh, we got a little. Oh, look at the waves. Look at that. Oh, the slope's a bit steep when you're not paying attention. Look at the waves over the front of that boat. I wonder if I can film that and live stream at the same time. Let's get my camera. Got to be quick. Hello to those of you just joining. When I started this live, I thought it was going to be too noisy with the wind to chat, but it has died down a bit. I'm at Upton Dike, or beside Upton Dike, I should say. Just sat on this bench at the end. It's gone very quiet with boats now. I can't even hear them in the distance. So we could walk up and look at the boats along the dike. Do you fancy that? Got a little plane flying overhead. Just gone into the blue. I just finished my drink and then we'll walk up the dike. You can tell I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing, and I'm doing other things here. I'm trying to pack up my stuff. Doing a zip up one-handed is not easy. Wait a minute, you might have to just sit on the bench a minute. I'm hopeless. I can't even undo the tripod. You're just going to have to stand up there and look. There, like that, a minute. There we go. Not left anything behind. Too much stuff. You don't realise how much you need to live stream and to film at the same time. Oh. Now, the white you can see. Is that a swan or is that a great white egret? So obviously as I'm walking it's going to be wobbly, shaky. Lots of butterflies out today. Not seen any dragonflies yet, so another cruiser going past. And the ranger. If you could see what I'm doing here, honestly. Hopeless I am. You're going to tell me I need a gimbal soon. The wind has died right down now. How is this me walking along here? Is it very juddery? Would you prefer it if I stopped it? See, I thought I'd take you down to the end and show you the boats. Shall I stop this live stream, walk to the end and then start it again? Shall I do that? That might be easier. If there's anybody in these boats along here, they'll be thinking, what is she doing? There is a long trek down here. Well, it's a nice walk, but when you're live streaming, it's a long trek. When we get round this bend, you'll see how far we've got to go. If I stand still, here comes the wind again. Can you see that house down the end? The roof of the building of the house. That's the end of the dike and the car park. So that's where we're aiming for. sometimes come and walk down here in the winter. Of course, you can imagine it's freezing then. I mean, really, the wind in the summer with the heat is nothing, is it? Compared to the snow. Well, I only film in the snow at Martham, so I can not go out in my car. I don't drive in the snow. Have I missed any messages? Let's have a look. Don't think so. It's nice that they've got benches along here, spaced out. Bob Where the Water says, morning. Good morning, Bob. Hope you're well. I was sat down at the end of this dike at Upton. There were quite a few boats went past. Sally Ann says, afternoon, Lisa. Enjoying the walk with you. Thank you for joining, Sally Ann. So I was right down the end there, and there were several boats in the wind, because it was very windy earlier, which is why I put in the title, I'm not going to chat today because it's just too windy. I didn't think you'd hear me. But the wind's died down now, but the boats have stopped going past. Or as many boats as there were have stopped going past. So I imagine that's because it's lunchtime. So I thought we'd walk back to the boatyard up here, Eastwood Welton. They have the beautiful sailing boats. And you know me and sailing boats and sails. I can't sail, I'm just drawn to them, I don't know why. I'm just going to put my things on this bench and swap hands. Gives me a chance to get my hair off my face. Feeling rather windswept. There we go. This is nice, look. It says, in loving memory of Deborah Chaplin. And some flowers. She obviously loved this part of the Broads. That's lovely, isn't it? David says, good afternoon, Lisa. Good afternoon, David and Vicky. I mentioned you earlier. There was a rather lovely bird flying over these marshes. And I said said, I don't know what it is, because my book from David and Vicky is in the car. I don't know if you can see, but there's some water down there, like a little pond. I'm not really tall enough to show you, but there's an egret in there. Don't know if you can see it, and I'm sure I saw a great egret. I can still see the great egret. It's just stuck its head up. I'm sure that's a great egret down there, and that's definitely a little egret over there. Heron and little egret, or a great white egret, are my favourites, because they have the fancy head do, feather do, up do. Look, you can see the water now. And just behind where that that gull was flying, can you see the little egret in that water? Probably just looks like a white blob. I do love the feathers they have on their heads. I've got to go to Yarmouth tomorrow. And then I thought after that, we'll drive to the opposite side of Braden Water, sit on the concrete steps, do a live from there, and I can film any boats that go past. Did you hear the little egret just squawk? There it goes again. I ought to live outside really, because I'd have all the noises. Oh, there's a heron. I know you probably can't see. It's a heron. He put his head up and had a look. So it might have been the heron squawking rather than the little egret. And there's a wind pump. Different wind pump from what we're used to on the Broads. You'll see it a bit better when I get level with it. There's like a motorhome site in there. I think there were 2 motorhomes when I came past. David says when we are down there, we are too busy watching the float to spend much time watching the wildlife. So it's nice to watch you finding it. Oh, I love the wildlife, I really do. Well, you all know I do. David, I started my day with a latte at Acle Bridge. And what do I end up doing? Well, there are those 2 little sparrows. All the ducks were getting the seed and bread from other people, so I got a little piece of bread and I was feeding the sparrows little tiny pieces of bread, because I didn't stand a chance with the ducks. But that's just the daft sort of thing I do. Years ago, well, 26 years ago, because my daughter was 6 months old, we took our trailer tent to Clipsby Holidays. I don't know if they still have them, but in those days they had peacocks. And everybody, well, not everybody, a lot of people were saying, oh, they're so noisy. But they were beautiful. Who worries about the noise when you know they're so lovely? And I'm sat there one morning outside the tent. It was probably about 6, half 6. And Mum and Dad came past with 3 babies, or maybe 4 babies. I'm not sure what young, newly hatched peacocks, peahens are called. I'll have to look that up. So yeah, there I was sat very early in the morning, and they just walked past me, didn't worry about me at all, because they're so used to people there. And everybody else had missed that. And I thought, well, all these years later, as you can tell, I can still remember that. You never forget a sight like that. And they're so tiny, really tiny. There was also a pheasant, and she had her young, and they were just like a couple of days, 3 days maybe, walking around the site. But lots of people just walk past and don't really take notice. I think that's such a shame, because it's such a privilege, huge privilege for that peacock to bring her young past me. David says we once stayed at Bure Haven in Horning, and every morning the swans would tap on the door to be fed. Yes, they tap on the boats as well, don't they? Quite comical. There you are, you can see the wind pump better now, and the 2 motorhomes. Hello. We're almost at the boatyard. I'm sure you can see the sails ahead. So yes, that is quite a trek. Not usually, but when you're live streaming and can't keep the camera still. So it's nice to have people join me and walk down the path with me. We'll have a look at these boats when we get to the end. We'll have a good look. How is everybody today? Are you all well? Up here amongst the sailing boats is a beautiful cruiser I saw earlier. So you'll see it. Snow goose. I like just how they're moored up. Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking ahead rather than the screen, so I think you had to look at the floor then. Apologies. Now, there are other people up here, and I haven't been doing this live streaming long enough to be confident, I think is the word, around other people while I'm doing this. So if I go quiet, that's why. David says, walking far in this heat to film for us, you deserve a medal. Oh, thank you, David. That's very kind. look.
No. No.
Was that good fun? You got your stick? Oh, thank you.
Come on, Pat.
It's kind of you to give me your stick.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
There's the cruiser I told you about. The boatyard looks very pretty with its flowers. Very pretty. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful. Look at that boat. Its name, Milady. Oh, the dog's gone in the water again with its stick. There's picnic tables around the other side. So that's where I'm heading to. We'll go sit there. It's very hot. Doesn't that look lovely? I think it looks lovely. We have a choice of benches, all in the sun. Sorry, I was concentrating. Something I don't do very often. Now, we are sat down. This little thing I have has a tripod, but for some unknown reason, I can only pull the legs out. Here we are. You can sit in the umbrella stand, where the umbrella would usually fit in the table. There you are, you can sit in there. I'm so good to you. So yesterday, I'm just looking for my charger now and cable. For those of you who joined me in yesterday's live at Potter Heigham, when it all went black all of a sudden for me, I think you could still see, but I couldn't. My phone overheated in all that heat yesterday. So not ideal. as soon as I moved away from the sun, I was okay. It, you know, it gradually came back. And then I realised what it was. There you are, we're charging now. So what else do I need now? What else have I got in here? Oh, here we go. This is a beautiful location. Nice to just come and sit and eat your lunch here if you're this way. So how is everybody today? Have you got any news, anything exciting happening in your lives that you want to share with us all? Jeff says, afternoon Lisa, from Zach, Doug and us. Jeff, hello. Thank you for joining one of my lives. How are you all? Have you been down to Norfolk yet? Or recently, I should say. Been and got those Latham's cream cakes. How are the boys? Are they well? They're obviously going to go to that motorhome site, caravan site. It's going in near where that wind pump was that I just showed you. Do you remember when we were right down the other end of the dike and I said we've got to walk all the way up to the boatyard and near that red roof? Well, there's the red roof, look, that we were heading towards. Jeff says we're all okay but can't travel too much because Zach has not been well. Cakes are great. Oh, I'm sorry to hear Zach's not been well. Hope he's on the mend. Do any of you moor in this dike at all? Because if you do, on this side of the water, there's a lovely walk. I don't know how many of you are aware of it. So you would go, I don't know whether, you would walk down there and just further along on the right hand side, you'll see a pathway, follow that and you'll find the most amazing walk down there. There's a little, well, quite a big ditch, and you can see the backs of people's gardens. It's lovely down there. So when you're next this way, Do go and investigate. Hello. I think I missed some messages. Let's have a look. David says, just to make you cringe, Vicky has a hospital appointment today to get some injections in her left eye. Oh dear. Jeff says, sadly, he won't get better. He has kidney disease. Oh, Jeff, that's very sad. Well, the life ring was inspected there. I've never ever seen that done before. Check it's intact. Jeff says, looks beautiful there today. It is beautiful blue sky. The wind has died down. When I first got here, it's incredibly windy. Diane says, lovely there, and the White Horse is a lovely pub. We are back on the Broads in October. The White Horse is very nice. Oh, and what did I do there? The White Horse is very nice. I sometimes go there. David says, hopefully it'll save the sight in her left eye. Sally Ann says, bye for now, enjoyed the walk. Catch you tomorrow. Oh, I'm wobbling about here. Catch you tomorrow at Braden. Yes. I've got to go have an eye test and then we'll go to Braden. Sit on the concrete steps. Try and do a live if it's not too windy. Try and be more organised with what I take. Dennis says, hello again, Lisa. When the sun is bright, like today, it's easy to, if the sun is behind you, shines on your screen, it's quite easy to miss messages. When the gentleman came to check the life ring, I thought he was a taxi driver. I thought he'd come to see the people in that cruiser yet to say their taxi was here. Can you hear the birds in the trees behind me? Oh, as I say that, they stop singing. There you are. I'm yawning. I was still awake at 3 o'clock this morning. I just could not sleep. And then I was up just after 7:30. While I couldn't sleep, I was watching lives on YouTube. So I went to the Philippines, Venice. Then I was on the International Space Station looking at their live stream. Went to Russia. Where else did I go? Oh, I don't know. It was like around the world in 3 hours. It's great. Oh, sounds like we might have a boat coming up here. Should we look that way like that and just see? Some of the lives I was watching last night were more like webcams connected up to live stream. That was Vicky and I yesterday. Last night was not too bad. Yeah, I think it was the heat. I had 2 fans on in my bedroom and I was still just too hot. Way too hot. But it's not too bad here. Now the wind has died down. It's a lovely cool breeze now. Probably hear the trees just sort of rustling behind me. And of course the birds singing. I don't know how long this heat wave's going to last. Do any of you? David says you have more fans on this live stream. There's 9 people watching at the minute. I think one point yesterday I got up to 42. John says, hi Lisa, can you adopt me please? I was trying to think of a way to reply to that, but I can't think of anything. David says, me first. It was quite busy down on the main river, I thought. Sorry, I'm just reporting this. There we go, those should be gone now. Oh no, it's still there. Well, we've got all the robots entering the chat here, haven't we? Hopefully you can't see all that now. It should be hidden. keep checking my phone so that it doesn't overheat like yesterday. Well, there's not as much activity up here as there was down the bottom at the main river, is there? So it might be a good time to end this live. I've got a video going out at 6 o'clock this evening. After I did my live from Horning the other day, literally I switched off the live and so many boats came past. Luckily I had my camera, and you'll see this evening at 6 o'clock how busy it got. And that was about 5 minutes after stopping the live. So that's out at 6 o'clock today. If you haven't subscribed to me and you want to watch that video or any of the other videos I've made, if you click on the bell and subscribe to me and then select the one that is all notifications, and then every time I go live you'll be notified that I've gone live, and every time I upload a video you'll be notified. And enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. David says, goodbye Lisa, see you later and hopefully tomorrow. Yes, I'm going, so long as the weather's nice tomorrow, I'm going to do a live from Braden Water. That's my plan. After my eye test in the morning, David, hopefully I won't be having the same as Vicky. All right then, everybody. Thank you ever so much for joining me and keeping me company. Jeff says, bye Lisa, have a great day. You too, Jeff. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be back again very soon. Bye for now.